Dear Dom, I was told to give you some encouraging words, but I feel like you already know the way. So I just want to celebrate you and thank you for your resilience and faith. Dreams do come true. You are a warrior of dreams, and you have blessed me this lifetime. I believe that I am divine spirit that is here to evolve this lifetime and learn how to be a master of my own emotions. I'm one of 19 grandkids. My mom is one of 7, and then they had 19 of us. I didn't grow up with family that was in the industry, so I've been learning things essentially on my own. It's hard because they're speaking from an experience that's like innate or like, but not specific to what I'm actually in. Or going back to East New York, it's cool because I still see people from my hood and they'll be like, yo, Dom, I'm so proud of you. What you doing over here, Dom? And the way they say it is like very, very familiar, and it's like, there's a certain way that it's said, and I know that they're really proud, so it makes me really proud.
That's clear, Gabe, that's clear.
When I was like 10, my mom said, Dom, you should try acting, it's so dramatic, I think you could really do it. Then when I was 12, I auditioned for LaGuardia from an art school in New York, and I did not get in. Went to high school in Brownsville. I was a basketball player. I was forced to be point guard, but I really was shooting guard. I was always with the boys. My cousin, Juice, he's my age, and he's the reason, I feel like he's the reason I am how I am today. I played football, was a good quarterback. I played safety in middle school. Definitely sensitive, poetic. I've been writing poetry since I was 12. Pretty deep. My mom used to be like, Dom, did you think of that yourself? I would write it with such deep longing and despair, and I would be like, even though I know it's not that extent for me, I knew how to like exaggerate it to make it a whole story. It was a little raw. My family called me raw dog. Let me see that ground. I was like to my uncles and things. So I definitely was a little rough around the edges, but really soft on the inside. I thought a person knew that I liked them because I would write like a bunch of poetry. What would it look like to actually soften it up to allow myself to show exactly how I feel and not be afraid of rejection or whatever it is?
I know that's right.
And I had to do it for myself, so I started Googling free acting programs for kids in New York City. And I found one, didn't get in, but they called me back for something else. You had to write your own stuff. So I started writing and acting at the same time, finding my voice on stage and finding my light and knowing my marks and things like that, and then went to college, went to Pace University for theater. A lot of times at Pace University, I was the only black person in my class, and I was in a sociology class, and this white guy said if African-American males in low-income communities dressed normally, they wouldn't be stopped by the police. And I was so frustrated. And they have their perception based off of television or news. And here I am, they get to know me as a person, and they say, oh, well, she's not what I thought it was like. And then they get to hear my story and see my heart, and then they go, oh, well, maybe I was wrong about this. And then when you follow your heart, it seems that other people resonate with the fact that you followed your heart. And that's why I had to journal it out and kind of erase my fears. I started journaling around like 12 years old. My mom said it was really important to like write down my memories and things. And me and my mom had such a great relationship. I just trusted her, and I really just told her like essentially everything. So I never had a fear of like, oh, is my mom gonna read it or anything like that. So I just really wrote whatever it was down from the age of about 12. One thing that I love about journaling and healing is that I could read something from 2019 and be like, the thing that I'm grasping now, I knew that in 2019, I wrote that. I actually had the answers. I actually did have the answers that was gonna soothe my heart and my mind, but you get distracted about all the things, which is the journey of life, until you find a way to grasp it and then hold on to that. So I wanted to do a one-woman show. I remember writing, like, I had seen a one-woman show by this woman named Elijah's Son, and I remember writing and being like, God, please let me be able to do a one-woman show like that. And I got one. Acting is, I don't necessarily call it play, and I don't call it pretend in doing Transformers. I'm not pretending to run through the jungle in 110 degrees weather. I'm running through that jungle. It's not pretend. So I don't use those words, and I don't really use play, because I feel like when I act, I always pray that I can be a vessel for the character to.
Fabulous.
I think the best part is that when we do say cut, I don't stay in the character. I'm not method in that way. I can come out of it. Swarm, I was like, well, I need a therapist on the set. I think that one of the most important things is that actors or artists shouldn't be left in pieces after giving their heart and soul to bringing a character to life that could inspire, entertain, and that was my main objective. And so I really perfected and worked on my craft so much so that when I get into the room, I always deliver. I want to be like Iverson. He's clutch, right? As soon as you get in the game, Iverson's clutch, right? So I love basketball. I was number 3 like Iverson. It's a blessed existence, and not to say that it isn't. And also, you shouldn't have to leave a set in pieces because you gave your all to a character.